Hey, it's Vicky, and today I'm here to talk about my reading plans for September. I have some plans, I really do, because as many of you might know or you might not know, there is sort of an event sort of thing going on in September that I will be taking part in, or trying to take part in. And then there's a couple other things sort of scattered throughout. So let's just dive into the TBR. So the first book that I'm putting on my September TBR is a Kindle book because I am trying to read the books on my Kindle. So I'm making it a point to add one to my TBR every month. So for this month, I chose one of the oldest books on my Kindle, and that is Finding Jake by, I want to say it's Brian Reardon or something like that. If I'm wrong, I'll put the correct name down here. But this is a suspense book about a guy who has a teenage son named Jake, and he is in high school, his son, and one day there is a horrible event at his son's high school. There is a shooting that occurs, and he rushes to the school and is put into sort of a holding room where they are reuniting parents with their kids, and slowly the numbers kind of start to dwindle, and Jake is still missing, and it kind of makes the dad start fearing the worst, that either Jake is dead or that he could have possibly been the shooter. So this just sounds intense, but something that obviously I'm interested in reading. I did download it on my Kindle, so I'm gonna be reading it in September. Okay, next up we have the buzzword for September for the Buzzword Reading Challenge, and this month there are kind of two. There is light and dark. So I went ahead and picked one of each because I'm feeling ambitious this month. So the first one that I picked for dark is My Dark Vanessa by Kate Elizabeth Russell. And this is a book that a lot of people have read and have enjoyed. So I'm really hoping I enjoy it too. It's about a young girl, a teenage girl named Vanessa, who basically starts engaging in a relationship with one of her teachers, I think. But I think the book is she's telling you the story as an adult, so obviously she is seeing it through different eyes, and is seeing the relationship for what it really was. And so I've heard it's dark, it's intense, and I guess that's what I'm kind of in the mood for this month. So I added it to my TBR, and it's gonna fulfill the reading challenge for me. The other book that I chose for the Buzzword Reading Challenge that has the word light in the title is The Lighthouse Witches by C.J. Cook, and this is about a woman and her 3 daughters move to, I wanna say Scotland, because she's an artist and she's hired to paint a mural or something near this old lighthouse. And it is rumored that this lighthouse is haunted, or what's the word that they use? Has wildlings inhabit this area, which are like supernatural creatures that resemble children. And one day, 2 of her daughters go missing. She starts freaking out, goes out looking for them, and then she goes missing. And the story kind of then jumps forward into the present day, where the lone daughter is now an adult, and she gets word that her one sister has been found in Scotland. So she goes back there, and it turns out her sister is, even though this is like 20 years later, her sister is still the same age that she was, or looks the same age that she was 20 years ago. So our main character, her name is Luna. She starts to wonder if that's really her sister or if it's a wildling in disguise. So it just sounds like a fun, supernatural, witchy sort of atmospheric read to kick off the fall season. So I hope that I enjoy it. Okay, the next book I'm putting on my TBR is the one that I picked from my book haul revisit that I did in August. If you guys didn't see it, I will link it if you are interested in watching how that went. But the book that I chose from that is The Chain by Adrienne McKinty. And this is about a woman who, one day her child is kidnapped. And then she gets a call from another parent or mother that basically says, if you want to get your child back, you have to kidnap another child. And so it's sort of like a chain reaction sort of thing. In order to get her child back, she has to go kidnap a child. So it kind of obviously is going to deal with some morally gray areas, like what would you do to save your child? What would you know, what kind of laws would you break and whatnot? And I've heard that this is pretty intense, and I am ready for it because I'm kind of in an intense, suspenseful, dark sort of mood, I guess. So this is gonna fit the bill. All right, the next book I am putting on my TBR for September is Stephen King's new release, Fairy Tale. I don't have it yet because it's not here yet. It comes out on September 6th. I have pre-ordered it, so hopefully it will be on my doorstep on September 6th, and I hope to read it this month. It is, all I know is that it's about a teenage, and I don't know if it's a teenage kid or a young kid, a boy, who somehow comes into possession of some keys that takes him to parallel worlds. So obviously Stephen King has done this sort of story before, but the ones I've read that he's done, I really enjoyed. I love parallel world type stories. I hope that this has Dark Tower connections. I'm kind of hoping, but we shall see. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. Can't wait to read it. Okay, so the rest of the books. Oh yeah, there are more books that I'm putting on my TBR. In fact, I have a whole stack of them. Now, don't freak out. I'm not gonna read all these books, but there is an event going on in September that is hosted by Krista from Books and Jams, wow, and Sarah from Sarah's Nightstand. They are doing Series September, and it's basically a month-long thing where you try to read books that are in a series, part of a series. And I have quite a few of those. So I haven't narrowed down what I want to do for Series September. There is a bingo board that they created. You can see it over, I know Krista has it on her, I think they both actually have it on their Instagram, so I will link them down below if you want to check out the bingo board. It has some pretty fun prompts. I'm still not sure what I'm doing, but I thought I would just show you guys the stack that I have. The only one for sure that I know I'm going to read, because I got it from the library, is Heartstopper Volume 2. Because I just read Volume 1 in August, really enjoyed it, and immediately wanted to pick up the next book. So here it is. Otherwise, I don't want to share what I'm going to read because I don't know yet. There's a lot of possibilities. There's a couple that are the first book in a series, which I don't know if that's technically... No, I guess that's part of Series September. I mean, starting a new series is Series September, right? So, but I have books that are like the second book, the third book, the 5th volume in a graphic novel series. So, I mean, I have a lot of possibilities. And I feel like this month, I think that's going to be my vlog, is where I just randomly pick books from this stack and vlog about it. So I'm going to kind of use this as an opportunity to mood read, and in addition to the 5 books that I have planned. So that's my plan. I'm hoping to get through at least half of these. That would be awesome. So there's what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7 of these. So if I could get at least 3 or 4 read, I feel like that's a win. So wish me luck. All right, guys, so those are my reading plans for September. It's a little bit ambitious, but you know, I'm in the mood. I feel like I want to just like knock out a bunch of books off my TBR, and so this is the month to do it. So yeah, let me know down below. If you're taking part in Series September, what are you planning to read? If you're starting a new series, let me know, because that's important too. And why not, if you're planning on reading Stephen King's new book, I would love to hear about that. So yeah, that's it. I hope you guys are having a wonderful week, and I hope that September treats you well, and I will talk with you soon. Thank you so much for watching.